welcome to video number 8, the prepositional push-off. So how do we push off with a preposition? Here's our first example. Beneath the dark canopy of the forest, the world seemed to have come to an end. Beneath there, the preposition that we're using to push that sentence off. Here's another example, this time from one of our set texts. So remember that this sentence is specified in the Year 7 module, The Art of Rhetoric, where students read Julius Caesar. So we can imagine here Cassius saying to Brutus, next to offering Antony our throats, allowing him to speak at Caesar's funeral is as close to suicide as it's possible to imagine. So the preposition next there, pushing that sentence off. And then one final example, between the whispers of conspiracy and the knives of treachery, my presence at the Senate is as close to a defiant act of courage as mortal man can conceive. And there's Caesar convincing himself that it's a good idea to go to the Senate, which of course it isn't. Right, okay, so let's have a think about some of the ways that we teach in order to get those sentences. So the first thing that we need students to know is what prepositions are. So they're words which show the relationship between nouns and noun phrases, indicating these different things: location, where something is; direction, up, down, sideways, beneath, under; time, so next, after, that kind of thing, before, and other relationships. So the common prepositions that are worth letting students know about are these. There are others that we could add to this list. It could go on for quite a bit longer, but these are some of the most common. So if we teach these, take this opportunity to teach prepositions, that will hold students in very good stead. And then, as you saw from the examples, we'll look at this again in a moment, that we're beginning our sentence with a subordinate clause. Now, students should be well used to subordinate clauses by this time, and then finishing off with a main clause, with the comma, as always, pivoting between the point made in the subordinate clause and the point made in the main clause. In this case, they don't always, of course, but in this case, prepositions are acting as subordinating conjunctions. They're introducing the subordinate clauses. So the effects here that we're trying to generate are, we've got the emphasis on the prepositional phrase. So that focuses readers' attention on the idea of movement and change often. We've got also, we create a natural conversational tone, because prepositions are often used like this in regular speech. So it creates this kind of feel to the writing that we create as well, which can be really useful. And of course, as always, it creates a sense of variation. So hopefully that's a useful starter to help you be teaching the prepositional push-off. Thanks very much. See you next time.